Hi cozy friends! We're back again today for another Stardew Valley video. All of the tips in this video have been updated to work with the 1.6 update, so it is all current. Whether you're new to Stardew Valley or already have a few playthroughs under your belt, many people ask themselves a very important question. What the heck am I even gonna do with this farm? Stardew Valley can be a very overwhelming game if you don't get your farm under control, so today we're going to take a couple steps back and answer the question from beginning to end. Let's get started. The first thing that we see in a new playthrough is the character creation screen. Besides just creating our character, we can pick what type of farm we want to play on as well. If you've never played Stardew before, I really recommend going with the standard farm. Most of us started playing on this farm since it's got everything that you could need in decent amounts, and it will help you get accustomed to all of the events, residents, quests, and practically everything else that Stardew has to offer. If you're the adventurous type and you want to branch out, consider some different farm types such as the Riverland, Beach, or even the Meadowlands farm type. Whatever farm you pick is more or less going to influence your playstyle, so this choice is really crucial. The second consideration that you want to make is going to determine how you play for the rest of the game. What do you actually want to focus on? Whether it be farming, fishing, or even raising animals. You should make this choice either depending on or in conjunction with whatever farm type you picked. For example, if you want to raise animals, consider the Meadowlands farm. If you want to focus on fishing, going for the beach or Riverland farm wouldn't be a bad idea. If you want to farm or do a little bit of everything, why not pick the standard farm? Making these first two choices correctly will set you up for success in both the short and long game, so make sure to pick wisely. Really give it some thought before just launching into your playthrough, since you can't go back and change it after you start. Now, the third choice is kind of an ethics test. Do you want to help the people of Stardew Valley restore their former glory by rebuilding the community center, or do you want things the easy way and help out the Joja Corporation, a mega large store that definitely has some eerie similarities to its real life counterparts? If you ask me, I think you should experience both scenarios. For your first playthrough, people usually recommend the community center, and I agree. You get a lot of backstory when you rebuild the community center, so it may be worth it to just complete those bundles at first and get it out the way. The Joja playthrough is more straightforward. You essentially make money, you pay Joja that money, and then you unlock all of the same things that you would with the community center, and that's about it. I know I may catch some hate for this, but personally, I actually prefer Joja. Yes, I've finished the community center, carefully curating and completing each bundle before, but after going through that pain and hassle so many times, it feels so good to just walk into Joja, pay some gold, and unlock everything else that would take you so much more time if you go the community center route. So, long story short, play both storylines and see which one you like best. In the end, it's your choice. This next consideration is one of the more fun ones, as frankly, every single character that you can befriend or marry has their pros and cons. It is purely up to you, and I would recommend checking out each resident's profile on the Stardew Valley wiki. Long story short is, in Stardew Valley, you can both befriend and even marry some of the residents. You can marry 12 different residents overall, and personally, my favorite one to marry is Haley. I recommend making a game plan about this before your playthrough, picking out which residents you want to befriend and ultimately marry. That way, you won't just be all over the place during your playthrough. The more you plan, the more efficient and smooth your time in Stardew Valley will be. This next question is more for the sweaty meta chasers out there, aka me. I am personally obsessed with making my farm as efficient as possible, so as you can imagine, I spend a lot of time planning everything out on the Stardew Valley wiki. Even then, things do eventually go wrong during my playthrough, and then I'm back to the drawing board figuring things out. However, this is not the only way to go. Some people prefer a more cozy and aesthetic playthrough, and if that's the case, I say follow your heart and be happy. Ultimately, there is no right way to play. Stardew is all about options and enjoying yourselves. So if you want a pretty, cozy, aesthetic farm, go for it. Ultimately, whichever farm style you go for, you'll still get to the same end destination. So no rush, take your time and smell the sunflowers? Well, there you have it, guys. These 5 guidelines should help you have a smoother playthrough the next time you start fresh in Stardew Valley. Remember to have fun and plan ahead, as well as play the game the way you want to play. At the end of the day, you're the farmer and your grandpa trusted you with his farm, so make him proud. Let me know what other considerations you guys make when you go into a fresh playthrough down in the comments below. I'm interested to see what else you guys think of during your time in the valley.